Last night on Headlines, Friedman brought up that we're seeing a lot of Patrik Laine rumors because the Winnipeg Jets feel that maybe the best way to solve the issue is if trading him can get them a second-line center and a right-handed defenseman and solve their other roster problems. Now, Dreger confirmed before you go. Dreger confirmed that it's absolutely serious, and that him being on the trade bait on TSN's trade bait list isn't just eye candy or speculative. And he added that there hasn't been a lot of action. Teams didn't really know if they were serious, and some teams are worried about, he's going to be up at the end of next year. So they got to work on an extension with Patrik Laine. And I feel like teams they're worried about that. How do you extend Patrik Laine?
Yeah, it's kind of like a confusing thing because as so many people have said, like, what is Patrik Laine? I think we've already had a few years to kind of see what he can produce for a team. Like, he's an elite offensive forward, but at the same time, it's the same thing as bogged him down before. Just his defensive game, or when he goes on those cold streaks. Like, are you gonna commit big money to a guy that maybe for like a month and a half again he just has that drought?
Yeah, I think you hit it right to the point. What is Patrik Laine? Because his first couple of years, goal scorer, and he didn't. It felt like we were having the same conversation about Matthews. He's a goal scorer, but they lack that other part of the game. And funny enough, both guys took that like a really big step. And Patrik Laine, like, I think we saw a more complete player this year in terms of their defensive end of the game. I don't know how much, like, I don't know if it was enough for the team. In my opinion, I don't know how you trade Patrik Laine. Like, when he entered the league and would put up how many goals did he get in his first season? I think he got 40, if not more. We're talking about him being the next Ovechkin.
Yeah, I
I
remember
don't
that.
think you trade the next Ovechkin. That's just not a smart move. I think there's other ways you can maneuver. Even if you can, then the issue is if you can't get him signed, and yes, he's going to be an RFA, but RFA rights aren't as valuable as someone who's under contract. That's just the reality. So what do you do with Patrik Laine if you're Kevin Cheveldayoff?
I think I keep him. I think that they're going to be, we've talked about it before where we've already seen what Patrik Laine has been able to do. But at the same time, like, this guy is only, 22 right now,
Yeah.
that, he's already kind of shown this team what he can be. I'm looking at it now, his first season he had 36 goals, but the next year he had 44. And then after that, 30. And then he had 28 in 68 this year, but he had 63 points.
Right.
I think based on what they can kind of see with him, I think this is a guy that you extend. I just have this feeling. I know the Jets have people like Kyle Connor, they have Mark Scheifele, but I really think this undercuts a lot of their offensive depth, because I think of like Nikolai Ehlers. Like, can he be that guy that kind of comes back in and fills that gap? I
I don't think
don't
so.
see it. I don't think so either. I know they're desperate for a center, but I don't think that you cut into that core that you've taken so many years to kind of build right now with the picks you've had, to
Yeah.
kind of just put that there. Because in my opinion, I think that they should look more into their defensive woes than they would at that center depth.
I agree, but the issue is we don't know what the future of Brian Little is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Brian Little, who has let me pull this up. He has just almost 5.3 against the cap, and he's going to be on IR. Then who's your second line center? You play Blake Wheeler at center. You have Adam Lowry,
Andrew Cobb. His first line center in the playoffs.
Yeah, like you're in an odd situation. Like, yeah, you got guys like Jack Roslovic and Mason Appleton, but are those guys are they second line centers yet?
I remember Jack Roslovic was supposed to. I remember this was supposed to be the year he takes that extra step. I thought it would, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm thinking of the Ryan Strome situation. Like, can Jack Roslovic hypothetically just fill that kind of role for now? And I personally think he has more upside than Ryan Strome, and you kind of just see where that goes for now.
Yeah. See, so here's the thing. If I look more at trading Ehlers than I do at trading Laine.
Trade Ehlers.
Of course. Unless you really don't think you can get an extension done, unless you are confident that's not going to happen. But I don't know if that's necessarily the case. And Friedman brought up last night on headlines that, Laine wants to play with Scheifele. So play him with Scheifele. Why is this? I don't know why this is such an issue. Like, get him someone that can get him the puck. It's been the issue. Sorry, Brian Little doesn't cut it. No. Like, you need someone to get this man the puck. Mark Scheifele can do that.
Yeah. Just to stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, gotta stay healthy. But
yeah.
But I don't know why this is such a talk. This is so talked about. Like, it just seems really ridiculous that it's like, oh, he wants to play with Scheifele and it's that big of an issue. Sorry, who would you rather have, Blake Wheeler or Patrik Laine?
Patrik Laine.
Patrik Laine. Not even a question.
I think that was I know Blake Wheeler, he's been playing, he played very well. He kind of rejuvenated his career.
Not $8.25 million.
Yeah, well, when he went to the Jets. But it's just, the captain thing, it's kind of got that, I know he put the Jets back on the map. He was there when they were bad. He was in the beginning. He is there now when they're succeeding. But, to really kind of commit that type of money. Like, if you're thinking of how much you were going to pay Patrik Laine, like, why did you pay Blake Wheeler that money? Yeah, that deal has put them in a pickle, as they say. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, like, I don't think it's the right move to move Patrik Laine. I like, there has to be some extreme circumstances for me to even think about it. This smells like a Panarin trade.
Oh God!
Like, he's gonna get traded and he's gonna put up 95 points the next season.
Well, there are some teams interested, and I'll bring this up before we move on. LeBron on Insider Trading said that Columbus have had some interest in Patrik Laine.
Panarin 2.0.
Panarin 2.0, yeah. Wow. The Hurricanes have had a conversation with the Jets. It didn't get that far. The Canes just may not feel there's that much of a fit. And he also added that the Canadians are not going to pursue Patrik Laine. It'd be interesting to see the package that Montreal have to give up. It's the same with all three of those teams, to be honest. I don't know. What if you're Columbus, what are you offering up to Winnipeg?
Liam Foudy, Alex Texier,
like
one or the other.
Yeah, so I mean, it probably starts there. They want a right-handed D, so David Savard. I don't know. Like, I just feel like I'm gonna have to throw some random names in there. Like, okay, a first-round pick.
David Savard,
Alex
Texier, and then
a prospect. I don't know. I just feel
Another
like
prospect and then a conditional pick. I don't know. So
I feel like we're just
that's actually still
throwing
not
names.
enough. I think. Yeah,
I feel like we're just throwing lots of names in there just to see if it'd work.
it's one for
Um,
one for Seth Jones. No, I'm kidding.
imagine again.
Yeah,
Imagine again. It's
be a
one
lot
for
better than
one.
Ryan Johansson.
That you know what? That's true.
Yeah.
That's very very true.